if you have followed my channel long and watched some of my videos, you might already know that I am a pretty good Beat Saber player, and that I get to pretty high levels, to pretty high scores, and that I'm overall pretty high up at the Beat Saber competitive, let's say Beat Saber competitive scene. So to give you a concrete example, I've got all the way up to place 12 worldwide at Legend one-handed. Was like a month or 2 months ago. I think now I'm a little bit down there. And on the Legend two-handed, I think was like place 15 or so. So I'm getting pretty good at Beat Saber. And I wanted to share with you how you can achieve those high levels. And for this, I wanted to break down it into these 5 points. Of course, I'm only talking about the expert difficulty. I don't think that you can get really competitive for a long time in hard mode, so we'll get straight to the expert level. So these are the 5 points that you will have to do in this certain order. Another order doesn't make sense really, and you can look where you are there. So of course the first thing is figure out expert. When you are not able to do expert, you probably have tried expert and figured out that it's pretty difficult. I had a separate video talking only about how to master the expert level for the first time. But here's a quick overview. So basically you're first turning on no fail, and you're just trying one hand, so just one hand, don't even move the other hand. Then I'm not talking about the one-handed level. The one-handed level at expert only is insane. It's really difficult. So I'm talking about the two-handed level, but only use one hand. So so try the right hand first, and then go with the left hand, and so on, and then you can try to get them both. And after some time, you might be able to turn off no fail and get your first full run. You might just about get it, but after some time, you'll figure it out. Your first runs will probably look like your sword barely hitting the cubes, and yeah, not really. Your brain does not really know the level itself. So then there comes the second thing, which is fix your flow. So you'll have to figure out the level. You have to do it. You have to be able to do it smoothly. I'm not talking about perfect runs. I'm talking about not having to worry about failing all the way. So when you can do the song without worrying about failing, you basically have fixed your flow. There's another thing which goes into flow, but it will develop more into when you go into this area, which is moving your arms in the most efficient way to get this all. So after you fixed your flow, you probably can go up to, let's say, place 10,000, or maybe even a bit better. I would say about place 10,000. I don't know exact numbers. I wasn't so, let's say, low down there for a while, so I don't really know. But I would think that when you fix your flow, you're probably at place 10,000 or so. And then the next thing is fix your angle. If you've watched the video from Beat Saber, they've basically explained their scoring system, and what they said is basically you have to go in with a 90 degrees angle and go out with a 60 degrees of angle. It doesn't matter how hard you hit. What I've figured out is I think that it's a little bit dependent on when you start with hit, and generally it's better when you start late with turning your sword and keep these 90 degrees for as long as possible. So this way I've got like when I had a cube and I figured out like 50 or 100 milliseconds before I hit the cube, I figured out that that I had to go the other way around, and then I just barely got up the cube and still got like 107 points or so. And so yeah, when you fixed your flow, your points should be constantly at least 90, probably even a little bit higher, like 90, 95, 96 or something like that. And when you get like about 100. And yeah, then you will be at, let's say, I would think like 10, like probably place 1000, 2000, maybe, just maybe a little bit better. But yeah, that's pretty much when you have fixed your angle. And this really requires you to have a proper flow for the track. So you don't have to think about every cube, but you just naturally doing it, and also using the proper angles. Then after you've fixed your angles, you have to fix your cut spot. And this is basically the more you're in the middle, or the more you're hitting the tip of the arrow, the more points you get. To be exact, you get 100 points for the angle and another 10 points for the cut spot. And now you also see why I'm making this list. These are the things. Basically, of course, you have to figure out expert. Then you have to fix your flow, so you're hitting more cubes. Then you have to fix your angle, which is 100 points. Fix your cut spot. Now we're getting really close to optimizing these small things, which with the cut spot only getting you 10 additional points. And yeah, so this is the thing where you have to really go into a song and only focus on the cut spot. Just focus on hitting the cubes in the right order. Maybe it will help you to go back to hard or even normal, and just try to hit the cubes as close to the middle as possible, and you should get at least 100 points. Probably more like 104, 107, and best case, of course, 110 points, which is the maximum amount of points you can get. And after you really got the cut spot right down, I would say you're about at the place 500, 250 when you're really good. But there's then we're going more into the perfect only. And of course, all the other things, your flow will get better when you get down there. These are all things which will increase. So basically, I don't mean fix your flow, get it perfect. Fix your flow so you can do it really good, and it will develop with you getting better. Fix your angle, I don't mean get these full 100 points every time you hit it. It will get better when you're trying to fix your cut spot. And these are all these things. They will get better with time. And the same with your cut spot. You don't have to go in and 110 points every cube. Of course, that would be perfect. You will be right at number 1 when you can do this. But yeah, just do the best you can do. And yeah, and then of course the last point is go for perfect runs only with doing all these things. And really, when you get to the top 100 and to the top 100 and maybe even better, so like place 50, place 20, 10, or like that, you will really have to figure out perfect only. You have to really go perfect only. Maybe you reach 25 without perfect, but that's really hard. I reached that place without a perfect run like 1 or 2 times, but it's really hard. For a proper run on place 20 or 10 or so. You really have to go perfect only and really have a good flow, have a almost perfect angle, and really have a good cut spot. So to wrap things up, with Figure Out Expert, points don't matter. So get 1 point with there. Then when you're fixing your flow, you probably get about 70 points per cube. When fixing your angle, about 90. Fixing your cut spot, 100. And 100 is really, don't please when you fix your cut spot, don't go when you're not above 100, about, let's say, 90 to 95% of the time. More like 90%. Then you're doing something wrong. Really go for these 90% above 100, and let's say the 75% above 105 points. And then with perfect only, you should go about also about the 100 points, but don't miss any cube. So for Figuring Out Expert, you probably get about E rank when you fix your flow. You probably get about to B rank with the angles. Will probably get you up to A to S. With the cut spot, you'll get to S rank or SS rank, and perfect only will probably get you to SS rank when you get all these things done here. Then maybe one last thing to how competitive you're getting. Figuring Out Expert will probably just impress people. Yeah, it's really, when you're figuring out to the expert, the first time anyone sees this is like, oh wow, what the fuck, you can do this? How you're moving so fast? When you're at this point and you have somebody standing next to you, you're like, oh, he's like, oh my god, you're moving so fast, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't know, but I just doing my thing. And so yeah, so this is basically impress people. Then with fixing your flow, when you have maybe some friends, you can go for a gentle and enjoy the game. So yeah, with that fixing your flow, you can start enjoying the game with don't having to worry about don't hitting a cube or so. So this is just enjoying a game. And then when you get to fixing your angle, you get to compete with friends. So I'm not talking about competing with friends you have like on your normal Steam board. When you're in a community with like a VR community with multiple people who are playing Beat Saber, and you're all adding them for scoreboard comparison. This is about what I'm talking about with competing with friends. And when you're starting to fix your cut spot, and you will probably dominate all the number ones on your friends. So you basically so yeah, that's pretty much what this will give to you. And then after that, that's pretty much how good you could get with this. Probably it's more of a this one, top 100 or even top 200, but yeah, that's pretty much the steps you have to do. So Figure Out Expert, fix your flow, fix your angle, fix your cut spot. These are about the points you should get per cube. Of course, with Figuring Out Expert, get the E rank, get 1 point per cube. That's totally okay. you're figuring it out. With fixing a flow, 70 points per cube. With missing some cubes, fixing an angle. And just a quick reminder to the A rank, you need 70%. S rank, you will need I think it was 80%. And for the SS rank, which is SS rank is really high up, you'll need about 90%. And when you're getting to SS rank, you're getting really competitive and probably up to the place 200 or 100. When you're going to 95%, you're probably landing up right up there in the top 50s, top 20s. When you're going to 96, you're probably place 20 to 10. And that's basically how far I got. So yeah, that's your list to getting better at Beat Saber and getting really competitive. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you find it useful. Love to see you at the scoreboard, and maybe if you're getting at like this point, you can or even if you're up above there and just need a little bit help, feel free to add me at Steam. I have the Steam ID Vulkanat, so just the same as my channel name. And yeah, I'll be happy to help you out with that. And I'll also be happy to compete with you. So to see you on the scoreboard, and maybe you beat me, maybe I'll beat you. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.